Have you ever wondered how cults and secret societies manipulate people, gain influence and maintain power? It's some crazy stuff. These groups, they operate in the shadows, using psychology, control tactics and hidden agendas to shape the world. Like, think about it. How do they get away with it? How do they get people to do things that seem like totally insane to the rest of us? We're going to dive deep into their methods, explore how they build loyalty, influence masses, and protect their secrets. We're talking about some real mind-bending stuff here. It's like, you think you're in control, but these groups, they know how to get inside your head. And the craziest part, some of the most powerful people in history have been linked to these organizations. We're talking world leaders, celebrities, business tycoons. These people are still within these circles. It makes you wonder what's really going on behind the curtain. Cults and secret societies, they don't recruit by force. They're not out there snatching people off the street. They're way smarter than that. They lure people in with promises. It could be power, wealth, knowledge, that feeling of belonging, something that resonates with your deepest desires. They prey on that stuff. Think about it, they target the vulnerable. People who are lost, searching for meaning, feeling like they don't fit in. They're looking for something, anything, to hold on to. And that's when these groups swoop in, offering them a sense of purpose, a community. And they dangle this exclusive knowledge, right? Like, you're one of the chosen few who gets it. It's intoxicating. People love the idea of being in the know, having access to information that others don't. It makes them feel special, important. Then there's the love bombing. They shower new members with attention and validation, making them feel like they've finally found a place where they belong. It's like a drug. It's all about breaking down your defenses, making you dependent on them for that good feeling. And let's not forget about celebrity influence. These groups, they're smart. They know that people are drawn to fame and success, so they use high-profile figures to make themselves seem prestigious, appealing. It's all about creating an image, a brand. All right, so you're hooked. You've taken the first step into their world. Now comes the real work, indoctrination. This is where the transformation begins. This is where they start messing with your head. They play with your thoughts, your emotions. They got to shape your mind, mold you into one of them. It's a meticulous process. First thing they do is create this us versus them mentality. It's about division and loyalty. The group, it's the only true path to enlightenment, to salvation, whatever. They make you believe it's the ultimate truth. Everyone else, they're sheep. They're blind, corrupt, unenlightened. They're the enemy. You're better than them because you're in the group. You're special, chosen. And then there's the repetition, the rituals. These are the tools they use to reinforce their control. Mantras, repeated messages, ceremonies, all designed to hammer those beliefs into your head until they become your absolute truth. It's relentless. You start questioning your own thoughts, your own perceptions. Doubt creeps in. They control the information you're exposed to. They filter your reality. What you read, what you watch, who you talk to, it's all carefully curated to reinforce their narrative. It's a closed loop. You're in a bubble and you don't even realize it. It's an invisible cage. They break down your identity. Piece by piece, they dismantle who you were. Your old beliefs, your connections to the outside world, it's all got to go. They sever those ties. They replace it with a new identity, one that aligns with the group's vision. You become their creation. You become a cog in their machine, a part of their grand design, and they use power figures to legitimize themselves. They need that external validation. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders, they trot them out to show you how connected they are, how much influence they have. It's all part of the show. It's all about creating an illusion of power, of inevitability. They want you to believe there's no other way. Chapter 3. Control, the invisible chains. Cults and secret societies, they thrive on control, absolute control. They create an environment where every move is monitored, every thought scrutinized. They need to know what you're doing, what you're thinking at all times. Privacy becomes a distant memory. It's like living in a panopticon, where the fear of being watched is constant. They use surveillance and fear to keep you in line. Every action is a potential threat to their control. Members are encouraged to spy on each other, report any signs of dissent. Trust is systematically eroded, and the punishments for stepping out of line? They are swift and severe, they can be brutal, psychological torture, relentless mental pressure, physical abuse, even death. The consequences are designed to instill fear. They isolate you from anyone who could break the spell. Your family, your loved ones, your friends, they become the enemy. The group becomes your entire world. Anyone who questions the group, who dares to think differently, who tries to pull you away, is seen as a threat. They're trying to hold you back from your true potential, or so you're made to believe. Guilt and shame, those are their weapons. They wield them with precision. Anytime you start to question things, you're bombarded with guilt. It's a relentless assault on your conscience. You're made to feel selfish, ungrateful, like you're betraying the group. Like you're betraying the group. It's a psychological prison. It's enough to make you doubt your own sanity. They foster dependency, making you feel helpless without them. You're made to feel like you need the group to survive, that you're nothing without them. They control your finances, your housing, your access to information. You're trapped. And at the top, there's always a hierarchy of power. The inner circle, the elite, they're the ones calling the shots, pulling the strings, and their position, it's unchallenged. They're above the law, above reproach. Chapter 4. Expanding Influence, the Bigger Agenda. Here's the thing about cults and secret societies. They're not content with just controlling their members. They want to shape the world. They've got a bigger agenda. They infiltrate power structures. They place their members in positions of influence, politics, media, corporations. Think about it. How many world leaders, high-ranking officials, billionaires do you think are part of these groups? It's more than you think. They accumulate wealth. Money equals power, right? Some of these groups, they run businesses, manipulate markets. They're playing the long game, using their influence to amass wealth and resources. Social engineering, that's their game. They use the media, they use trends, they use influencers to shape public opinion. They're manipulating your desires, your fears, your beliefs. Without you even realizing it, sometimes they create chaos, they spark conflicts, they sow discord. Why? Because when the world's distracted, it's easier for them to consolidate control. They thrive on chaos. It's their breeding ground, and they use celebrities to push their agenda. Actors, musicians, athletes, they all have a platform, a following. And these groups, they know how to use that influence to subtly guide people, to shape their beliefs, to get them to buy into their narrative. Chapter 5. The Escape. Why it's so hard to leave. You've seen the truth, you realize you're in too deep, you want out. The desire to break free consumes you, but leaving? It's not that easy. It's like trying to climb a mountain with no gear. It's like trying to escape from quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. First, there's the fear of retaliation. The constant threat looms over you. These groups, they don't just let you walk away. They have eyes everywhere. They threaten you, your loved ones. The fear for your family's safety is paralyzing. They make you believe that something terrible will happen if you leave. The paranoia sets in. Then there's the psychological dependence. It's a mental prison. You've been conditioned to believe that you need the group, that you can't survive without them, that the outside world is a dangerous, scary place. They instill a fear of the unknown. It's like being afraid of the dark, even when you know there's nothing there. The fear is irrational but powerful. And if you do manage to escape, they come after you. Character assassination, public shaming, relentless pursuit, smear campaigns. They'll do whatever it takes to discredit you, to destroy your reputation, to make sure no one believes your story. They want to silence you. They'll try to make you doubt your own sanity. Gaslighting becomes their weapon. They'll tell everyone you're crazy, that you're making it all up. They'll twist your words, manipulate the narrative, make you out to be the villain. They rewrite your story to suit their agenda. They'll use your past against you. Every mistake becomes ammunition. Any mistake you've ever made, any secret you've ever shared, they'll use it to discredit you, to make you seem untrustworthy. They'll try to turn your loved ones against you. They sow discord and mistrust. They'll plant seeds of doubt, make them question your sanity, your motives. They'll isolate you, make you feel like you're all alone. They'll threaten your livelihood. They'll try to get you fired from your job, ruin your reputation, make it impossible for you to find work. They'll use the legal system against you. They'll file lawsuits, make false accusations, tie you up in court for years. They'll drain your finances, your energy, your will to fight. And even if you manage to overcome all of that, even if you manage to rebuild your life, they'll still be there, lurking in the shadows, watching you, waiting for you to slip up. That's why it's so hard to leave. It's not just about escaping the group, it's about escaping the hold they have on your mind. The mental chains are the hardest to break, but remember, it's possible. With courage and support, you can break free. And even if you manage to overcome all of that, even if you manage to rebuild your life, they'll still be there, lurking in the shadows, watching you, waiting for you to slip up. That's why it's so hard to leave. It's not just about escaping the group, it's about escaping the hold they have on your mind. Chapter 6: The Unseen Hand. Cults and secret societies understand the human mind better than most people. They use psychology, power dynamics, social engineering, all that stuff to control and influence. They prey on our vulnerabilities, our desires, our fears. It's messed up, but that's how they operate. The only way to resist is through awareness. We need to educate ourselves. We have to learn how to think critically, to question everything. Even what seems true at first glance. We can't just blindly accept what we're told, what we see on TV, what we read online. This is just the beginning. There's so much more to uncover, so many more layers to peel back. In part 2, we're going to dive even deeper into their manipulation tactics, mind control, and how the most powerful elites continue to operate under the radar. It's going to blow your mind. The question remains, how much of the world is truly in their hands?